Good morning everyone, my name is Risma Olivia. My student number is 222-324-0040. Today I would like to present my paper entitled Curriculum Analysis of English Learning in the Merdeka Curriculum for Grade 8 Passé D. In this presentation, I will explain the learning outcomes, learning objective, curriculum structure, ATP, learning design, and assessment used in English learning under the Merdeka curriculum. Next slide is background. The Merdeka curriculum was introduced to provide more flexible and meaningful learning experiences for students. Unlike traditional learning, this curriculum emphasizes student-centered learning, where students actively participate in the learning process. In English language learning, students are expected not only to learn grammar and vocabulary, but also to use English for communication in everyday situations. Therefore, teachers need to develop learning activities that help students practice listening, speaking, reading, and writing skills in an integrated way. To achieve these goals, learning outcome must be translated into learning objective and organized through ATP so that learning can be implemented systematically and effectively. And the next slide is research question. This study is based on 4 research questions. First, what competencies are included in the learning outcomes for English in grade 8 Passé D? And second, how can learning outcomes be transformed into learning objective? And third, how is the learning content organized within one academic year? And fourth, how can ATP be developed systematically? These questions are important because they help you understand how curriculum goals can be applied in actual classroom teaching. And next, objectives. The objectives is this study are to analyze the learning outcomes of English learning, formulating learning objective, examine curriculum organization, and design a structure ATP. Through this objective, the study aims to provide a clear picture of how English learning can be planned and implemented effectively according to the Merdeka curriculum. Next slide is learning outcome domains. The learning outcomes in Passé D are divided into the 3 main domains. The first domain is listening and speaking. Students are expected to understand spoken language, participate in conversation, share experiences, and express opinions confidently. The second domain is reading and viewing. Students should be able to identify main ideas, find detailed information, and understand the purpose of various texts. The third domain is writing and presenting. Students are expected to write simple text and communicate their ideas clearly through presentation. 3 domains show that the curriculum focuses on developing communicative competence. Students are encouraged to use English actively rather than simply memorizing language rules. And the next slide, curriculum structure. The curriculum content is organized into 2 semesters. During the first semester, students learn daily communication, descriptive text, vocabulary development, and basic sentence structure. This topic helps students build a strong foundation in English. In the second semester, students study recon text, procedure text, and expressing opinions. This material requires students to use language more independently and communicate more complex ideas. The progression allows students to gradually develop their language skills from basic communication to more advanced language use. Learning objectives are TP. Based on the learning outcomes, several learning objectives are developed. Students are expected to analyze descriptive text and identify their structure and language features, They also learn to write their own descriptive text. In addition, students learn to identify the structure of the context, write the context based on personal experiences, and present them orally. Students are also expected to understand and compose procedural text using appropriate language and organization. This objective helps students improve both their understanding and production of English. And the next slide is ATP overview. ATP or learning objective sequences organize learning objective into a logical learning path. Students begin with self-introduction, activities, and simple communication. Next, they learn descriptive text by analyzing example and producing their own description. After that, students study recontext, including understanding, writing, and presenting personal experiences. Finally, students learn procedures text and complete a final project that integrates the skill they have learned. These sequences help students learn gradually and ensures that each topic supports the next stage of learning. And the next slide is learning design and assessment. The learning design in the Merdeka curriculum emphasizes active student involvement. Teachers act as facilitators who guide students through collaborative learning, role play, and project-based learning activities. This approach allows students to practice English in meaningful and authentic situations. Assessment is conducted through three stages. Diagnostic assessment is used to identify student prior knowledge. Formative assessment is used during the learning process to monitor progress and provide feedback. And summative assessment is conducted at the end of learning to evaluate student achievement of the learning objective. Together, this assessment helps teacher understanding student strengths and areas that need improvement. So, the conclusion is the analysis showed that the grade A English curriculum in the Merdeka curriculum focus on developing student communicative competence through meaningful and student-centered learning. Learning outcomes or CP, learning objective or TP, and ATP provide a clear framework for learning, while flexible teaching strategies and assessment support student language development, confidence, and active participation in real life communication. Thank you so much for your attention.